We're good? Okay. So starting off with the resolutions, resolution 2425-161, resolution adopting the minutes from the last common council meeting of February 18th. Alderman Carpenter. We had a special common council meeting last week where we went over the DOT information for the project in Jimmy's ward. That's resolution 2425-162. The date of that meeting was February 27th. Resolution 2425-163, resolution to transfer funds for equipment at the water treatment facility. We had a slurry pump go bad. We are decreasing our contingency $45,000, increasing $45,000 for equipment repair. Anybody have any questions about that? Mike's not here, but it's pretty self-explanatory. We good? Yeah. Resolution 2425-164, resolution budget transfer sanitation repairs, Alderman Marticello.
Okay. This is what I asked about. Did the mayor talk to you? Did you talk about the expense report?
The expense report. You got it, right?
No.
Yeah.
Expense report?
She just handed it to me.
Where?
Okay? We're talking about this
We're talking
sanitation.
about the budget.
I know, but I can't see. This is the reason why I asked you about the budget.
Yeah.
That's the audit, isn't it?
Did you give Jimmy what I asked you to
Forgot
give
to
him?
print those. I am so sorry. I forgot to print.
This is the reason why I asked you, because you see here, the city has already incurred close to $50,000 on their repairs for 4 months remaining. This is why I saw you, Mayor, because I'm sponsoring a resolution here, and I noticed that we're over. We don't have enough money in the report. We don't have enough money in this line item. So we used to get an expense report, so I would have known that city has already incurred close to $50,000 in necessary repairs for 4 months remaining in the fiscal year. So now we're gonna make a transfer here so we can get it. That's why we're doing this, because.
Right, no, but didn't you check this out, Louise, in terms of $30,000?
Oh, yeah, I went through this with Mike and Michelle.
So you want to see an expense report that verifies that, and she's telling you that she went through it, and their money's there, and.
See, remember what I do is I look at my.
I know what you do, but I thought you were supposed to get an expense report. Evidently, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I apologize.
But the point is that you did go through the numbers, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Oh, no, she went through it, but I
Okay.
didn't. So
yeah.
now I have to sit here and explain to you that the reason why we're doing this is because we're out of money. Am I right? Right?
Yes, they've just gone over budget with repairs.
So right now, there's 6 months left in the budget,
Right.
and we don't have any more money in this line item,
And
that's
the
why
vehicle
we're-
repair.
and that's why we're transferring.
Right.
So, and the 30,000, that number was arrived at thinking it would be enough to get them through the rest of the year.
Right. This is the oldest truck they own, correct? Of the three?
I can't speak.
Mike's not here. It's
Mike
hard
was
to,
supposed
yeah, I
he
don't
said
want
he
to
For
put
the
him on
one
the
that they
spot.
just replaced an engine on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the third truck that we have. I don't think it's a spare. I'm
Right.
not sure, but Mike's not here to answer that
I
question.
know, it was my first question was, but we just bought 2 new trucks, but
The
it
two
was
new-
not
right,
one of those,
not one of those.
obviously. Yes.
But it is one that we need to continue to
Right.
use, so therefore we did have to make this repair. And this $30,000 is more than is needed, but it's designed to get us through the end of the year, correct?
And I'm sure, looking through, I don't know, but when you look at this expense report that we're gonna have,
Mm-hmm.
and see, I like to look at things 6 months. Where do we have money? Where are we empty? Because the budget season is now coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, I get prepared and find out like, well,
Right.
we don't have.
Right now, I'm
And you're
sorry.
gonna do the same thing.
Right now online, I can go online right now and I can see everything you're looking for, but you don't go online,
No,
so
I
it's-
don't.
we have to print it all out.
Right.
And I understand. I do understand, but you're right. You're absolutely right.
You
We
know,
did-
Mayor?
But So what you're saying is the new system is allowing you to look at it online?
Yes, and my plan is to give all of you, if you want it, the ability to go online
Right,
and
but
see in
Jimmy
real
doesn't do
time.
that, so we needed to print out a report that he could use to
Yes,
do the things
I
that he needs to do.
Right, well, we don't have access to it anyway.
You don't have access to it at the
Correct,
moment,
right.
so I should be doing reports for you in the meantime, and I apologize that I haven't them. So, I just
Okay,
gave you the
But
summarized
you can
report.
print it out, correct?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so you know what this is all about then, okay?
I will put them in your mailboxes this week, I promise.
I'm sorry, Jim,
All
I
right,
wasn't there.
Okay, resolution 24-25-165, resolution approving audit, Alderwoman Collins.
Everything is fine.
We have 4 consent resolutions. Resolution 24-25-166, resolution to amend the contract with Labella Associates for the complete street plan for Main Street, Bridge Street to include Schuyler Street reconstruction. This is the meeting that we had last week with DOT. Alderman Marticello, do you have any thoughts you want to share about that meeting?
I thank you all for letting me withdraw this resolution so we can go over it in detail, what it's all about. Do I agree with everything on there? No, but at least we listened to everything that they had to say. And we can go a step further, because I also talked to Mr. Dan Gray about our money that we have from the DRI, and some of these projects that we do have, we can fund, but if you look at the first line, the city of Anson was allocated $547,000 from the DRI for the removal of the roof up eastbound. That alone right there, drives me crazy. But I was just hoping, after talking to Linda and Mike, and I don't know their last names because we're at first name basis, they're gonna look into this, okay? And they're gonna get back to us, but I do thank you all for letting me withdraw this. And when we actually had the state here in force, the whole DOT was
They
here,
were.
and they explained it, which is the first time I've ever seen that. So thank you all for letting me do that.
Yeah, that was very helpful.
And I have no problem with putting this on and going forward.
Thank you. Resolution 24-25-167, resolution authorizing advertisement bids for Crescent Ave Bridge. Alderman Marticello.
Yeah.
Okay, I talked to Mike, you wanna talk about this?
No,
Mike?
if you talk to him, go right ahead, because I did talk to me, just in case anybody had any questions.
Anybody have any questions with this one? Okay,
This has all come together, and Mike couldn't be here this evening, but he wanted to get this resolution to authorize him to bid because the project has come together, and we want to get it out there because it does take DOT a while to approve bidding documents and things like that, and the final bids. We're not exactly sure when this project will start once the bids are in, but Mike wanted to get this approved because it's been on the drawing board since, I don't know, 2020, 2019, and now that it's all come to fruition.
and the important line is the last one, where the city clerk is authorized for bids for the bid opening April 2nd. So that's what's important.
Right, and this is gonna have an impact, of course, on access to it. Right now, this is the bridge that we have the sign on, which is limiting the weight on the bridge. And it's also one of the 2 accesses into Shuttleworth Park, and of course, with the Mohawks play up there. So we're not exactly sure, based upon the beginning date of whatever it is on this project, if it's gonna have an impact on the Mohawk season. But by doing it, getting out early enough, we'll find out fast enough to be able to help the Mohawks, get them be able to prepare for the season. They have other egress and they have other ways to get in and out of the park, but we'd like to get this done as quickly as possible.
Resolution 24-25-168, Mayor Cinquanti, resolution authorizing reimbursement to Excelli Law Firm for Westlaw subscription. Anthony, would you mind explaining that to us?
Yes, given the various pieces of litigation we have ongoing with the city, we needed to upgrade the level of our research platform. I had it previously come to the city asking for reimbursement because I was paying at a lower level in terms of the research platform. But the needs for the city here have really increased the price point of the research platform that I'm now using to being right now for the first year being $400.02 per month. I had explored the prospect of creating an account dedicated exclusively for the city of Amsterdam, where the city of Amsterdam would pay 100% of the cost. This contemplates that there would be a $100 contribution per month from me for these costs, which, because once I started utilizing it, clearly you realize that would be beneficial for me in private practice as well. So I want to use the same platform in private practice. However, the necessity is created due to my role here as corporation counsel. So I thought this would be the happy medium where the city would make the contribution for what I need, and I would also make a contribution so that I can utilize the platform in private practice.
This is the software that you used a couple of weeks ago when you had to look up precedents in like a moment's notice?
Yes.
And you were able to pull it up quickly?
Yes. The best way I could try to explain it is that, Westlaw is a well-known commodity. It's the premium research platform, in my estimation. These upgrades, so to speak, incorporate their AI platform, which, allows expedited access to their library, so to speak. So in terms of doing research, something that would take, it takes a fraction of the time to do the same thing. And you get to what you're looking for a lot quicker this way. And, in my role as corporation counsel, as you all know, there are new issues that come up all the time. In private practice, I really am dealing with more or less the same issues over and over and over again. But it's the uniqueness of the different issues that I face as corporation counsel that I felt that this was necessary. And since the time that it's been up, I've had three months for free that the city hasn't had to pay for, nor have I. And it's paid dividends, substantial dividends. It's clearly a good investment.
Anybody have any questions about that at all?
Sure. On the third whereas, though, I think we need to make a correction. So the first year, the rate is $402. So we would reimburse at $300.02, excuse me. And then $316 would be for year 2, and then $332 would be year 3.
I think it should say /month, right?
Per month, yes.
Per month, but that might be an edit.
Per month for year 2.
Yeah.
Per month for year 3.
Yeah, I think we just had like a duplicate, we just missed year 1.
Let's see, $316.02 per month for year 1. I think that's where you're right, Kelly, it should be amended. Year 1, the reimbursement rate should be $300.02. For year 2, it should be $316.02.
And then year 3 is correct.
Right.
Kelly, do you want to make that amendment
Sure.
when it comes up? You want to sponsor this?
And do we have this in what line is this coming out of? Where's this coming from?
The corporation council contractual expense line that
Okay.
has existing funding, enough to
For
cover
these
this.
types of things.
Do you want to
We would
sponsor this
also-
resolution?
On that same note, you'd
Sure.
be amending, my
Sure.
apologies, guys, because, I should have picked up
Kelly will
on the
sponsor.
error. On the 4th, strike that, the final whereas paragraph, where it says 332.66, that should also be 302. 302.02, sorry, strike that, 300.02.
The 2 cents is really good, I guess. That's one.
Everybody good with that?
Sorry about
Sounds
the typos.
Resolution 2425-169, resolution authorizing interfund loans for golf course pavilion, Alderwoman Collins.
Thank you.
All right, I always like to give you a copy of our interfund loan summary where we're at. Whenever we introduce a new one. So we are finalizing a borrowing that's going through actually tomorrow. So as of tomorrow morning, the two, I didn't give up all my copies. There are two loans that are in red that you approved in the past. Oh, thanks. We are paying down because this is just a mechanism that we use to avoid paying interest too early or too soon, or avoid interest altogether if, depending on the amount. But so you approved a couple loans in the past that we are actually paying back. So the amount prior to these being paid back, the total outstanding interfund loan that was over $1 million, after tomorrow will be $425,000. So this resolution is asking you to approve another one for the golf course, because a lot of the costs are starting to get incurred, but we're not actually doing a borrowing for a couple more months. So we have the cash on hand, so we're just going to borrow it from ourselves until we ban for the pavilion in May or June.
Any questions?
I just love this chart.
Oh,
Thank you.
hope it makes sense.
I do have. a
Yeah,
question.
like last time you
Go ahead.
gave it to us.
On this,
Go ahead.
according to this, it's, and I don't know what this is. April 2nd, there. April 2nd, Recreation Center feasibility study, $32,500.
That's correct.
August 20th, Recreation Center feasibility study, $32,000. What is that? These are what?
Double entry?
There's two of them in here.
This is a Danbury question, right? The feasibility study for the recreation center. I mean, we're getting reimbursed from that, but it's not gonna be for a while yet, right?
Yeah, but you got it down here twice,
But I
don't
think
you?
we needed an additional amount. That's not a mistake.
Yeah, the total was 64,000.
For the feasibility study?
Yeah, it was 64,500.
So you paid one on 4-2.
Could you
and you're
show me
paying-
the original RFP on that?
We're paying $64,000 for a study and we're not gonna do it.
Right,
Well,
that's
that was-
right, but we're taking the money from DRI, that's where
Right,
it's
but this
coming.
already happened. So
It already
it
happened,
already happened.
it already happened.
So that's why we're paying it.
We paid it,
So
but we're getting a grant to reimburse us for the entire amount.
so we're gonna get a
But I
grant.
didn't think it was 64,000, I thought it was 37,000.
It looks like they paid it out in two different checks.
No, it was 64,500.
Okay,
Right.
It was one
32.5
of
and 32.
the proposals we got in, it was on the lower end. I don't think it was the lowest, but they were by far the most qualified.
So if I can make a conclusion here, results from this recreation feasibility study shows that it's not really feasible for us to build this recreation center.
What it said was, it was possibly feasible, we would just have to spend a lot of money to keep it open, to keep the doors open.
Well,
So we would lose money.
64,000.
it came in,
Yeah.
you understand, the feasibility
Yeah, oh, yeah.
study came in, it's infeasible, it's unfeasible.
It's unfeasible.
So it could have been called an unfeasibility
Is that
study.
a word?
But
We
it
paid
saved, it saved us from spending $8 million.
Unfeasible,
Right, and they're giving us the money,
we're reimbursed.
yeah, it's
To reimburse us.
unfortunate. I hate to spend $64,000 to find out that we shouldn't do something, but by doing it, it prevented us from spending $8 million on something that wasn't feasible.
Oh, I agree, man, I agree.
And it's reimbursed, so.
And it's
not
reimbursed.
Really a loss for us.
And it's reimbursed. It was a smart move, and it was a smart investment, and,
So Dan, all this money on the right-hand side where it says balance 425,000, that's all reimbursable?
I'm not sure exactly what you're looking at.
which one is your question, Jim? Everything,
The bottom line,
the
425,000.
Well, that's cumulative total
425 is the
Oh, right.
balance. The-
loans that are outstanding.
But that amount, Jimmy, is from 2023 to 2024.
Oh, no, my question is, so we spent all that, right? We spent this, Dan?
So some of these things, I spent, and I can speak on, some of these things Mike Clark spent, and he'd have to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Right.
The lead line
The
replacement.
purpose of this fund is instead of borrowing the money earlier than we really needed all of it and paying interest on it from that point
So
forward,
we're just taking. it
we're
from-
borrowing from ourselves
Yeah.
until we can reimburse ourselves and not have to pay interest on these amounts during the interim time. It's a smart move,
Yeah, very, very smart, move, because no use paying interest on it.
as long as we keep it straight. right?
Yes,
All right, thank you.
very good record.
So Alderwoman Collins I don't know if I need to read it again, but 24-25-169, resolution authorizing interfund
You're right,
loan for the golf course pavilion.
Yes.
right. And this is so we don't borrow the $1 million now, we borrow it later and.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mayor, we have a public hearing at 5:55.
Okay, it's 5:50.
We have it's on ordinance C, ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code, section 2228-17, schedule parking prohibited at all times. This is I believe this is the fire lane one, Alderman Monticello.
We're gonna vote on this tonight, and this, as the chief stated last week, no one will be allowed to park in the fire lane, nobody. Okay, that's what this means. And we're gonna vote on it. It's, after the hearing, you're gonna vote. That's what it means.
Well, it means that the police can ticket, right? Previously, the police couldn't
Puts the
ticket.
control in their hands
Yes.
Yes,
instead of like in the fire lane's hands of, say, the
Like,
second.
like up at the middle school, goes,
In front of City Hall.
How much is the fine?
Um,
be the same schedule, I would think, as alternate parking.
$40.
I think 40 is the minimum fine. I can confirm
That's
that.
cheap for a fire
The fire lane.
Fire lane,
Yeah.
that's very cheap.
That opens up another discussion, because I believe fire hydrant is also 40, that's.
Oh my goodness. It's 100 in Albany. Don't ask me how I know that.
So on our committee as a whole agenda, we have 4 minutes left before the public hearing. There's just two updates that I have. We did have a recreation committee meeting. And Creek Fest is now in full planning stages. I know that Alderwoman Quistamars and I believe Alderman Holliday, right? You guys attended that meeting where you talked to the residents about that.
I was not invited to the recreation meeting.
We had a meeting with the citizens of Rockland.
Oh, we had our business meeting. Yeah.
But I thought that was part of the conversation.
It came up a little bit, yeah.
I lobbied really hard for Chuck Fest, but nobody would take me up on it.
A drinking fest.
As far as ward updates goes, in my ward, parking is still a massive issue. APD's been amazing with it, but we just have some streets that are habitually terrible. And, but I know that they're working very productively on it. Anybody else have anything for their ward or?
just what you heard in the Fifth Ward, and Main Street won't be paved until 2028, when everything else is completed.
your street, Jimmy,
Main
Main
Street,
in 20,
East Main.
20.
that's what they said,
His side of Main Street
on my side of Main
is
Street.
2027, isn't it?
I think it's.
I
gonna
thought
be
it was
up-
right after Schuyler Street
Yeah,
completion.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's what they said.
so the Route 30, I think, is 2028.
Right.
But I think that your street is gonna be 2027, potentially.
Could be
Well, they
20.
said
that's-
after
that's
completion
depending
of
on-
Schuyler Street.
Yeah.
Right, and they're gonna start Schuyler Street when?
They're gonna do that in hopefully 2026.
This summer. No, next
So
summer.
Next summer. Skylar, this summer should be complete streets, next summer should be Skylar Street. And then the paving would be shortly after that.
Does anybody else have anything before we head into a
Talk about the
public hearing?
golf right now.
Well, we had a meeting with the concessionaire at Muni today to go over some of the questions she had about the contract for the concessionaire. I hope to have that contract in front of you for approval. We've reached agreeable terms with her. I'm gonna give it to the Golf Commission to take a look at, and then at the next meeting, I'll have it in front of you. So that's all settled, hopefully, if you guys approve. The other thing I do want to mention is that the city has been involved with the county, the Chuck and the Creek people, the Chuck Trail people, and the Walter Elwood Museum on establishing a farmer's market on Church Street. And Dan has been involved, and the early indications are there's a lot of interest, and we're really looking forward to get to that initiative. Other than that, why don't we start our executives, our
Public hearing.
public hearing?
You call it, Stacy.
I'm lost right now.
I believe it's on my ordinance, I'm going to fire.
So I read it?
Yeah.
Ordinance C of 2025 to be known as Ordinance 3 of 2025 if adopted, to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-17, Schedule 8, parking prohibited at all times by Alderman Marticello.
That's fine. Public hearing's open.
Does anyone from the public like to discuss no parking in front of a fire house? Okay, thank you.
Close it.
Close it.
Um,
So you just write closed at
Closed at
5:55.
Fire Chief Agresta, do you want to talk at all to the council about the fire situation? I don't know if anyone has any questions about the Turkey fire.
Sure, I'll pick any questions about that.
I just want to say, I think that AFD did an amazing job putting that fire out, because the videos that I saw, that fire was terrifying, terrifying.
Mhm.
And, you know, for you guys to work that hard and everybody came out
Knock on wood,
okay,
nobody was hurt.
thank God.
They were able to get it out. What about Prospect Street closing?
Prospect Street is making progress at a very slow pace that we are not happy with. If they're not out there tomorrow morning, first thing, doing what they said they were gonna get done today, then they're gonna be processed for court tomorrow. That doesn't mean that they will stop working, hopefully, it just means that we can fall back on the court if it does take too long. Originally, the plan today was that it might be completed by late day tomorrow to be open Thursday, but they didn't make very much progress. Doesn't look like. It's a privately owned building, the unsafe condition of the bricks coming off the front of it, right on the edge where the corbel is that builds the brick out, so the drip edge gets further away from the side wall is what is falling. So we need to get that remedied before the street can be open, so it's safe for everyone. Jumping back to the fire, the building is not a total loss. It is a very, very long building that probably lost, we'll see when it all shakes out, but probably around 50 feet, plus or minus 25 is going to be where will have to rebuild from. But they actually suffered a fire in late February 1963 after their father had first bought the building. And he didn't have insurance and was able to reopen the building. So,
Same section?
a little further down, more in the middle. It was quite a larger fire. They had the clipping hanging in the office down there. So.
And if it wasn't for you guys, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it was way worse. You know, it had its challenges with the weather, wind, temperatures, and just the location of that is tough. But all in all, it could have been much worse than it was, and we'll take it with how it turned out.
Chief Spencer, you have
We had
anything?
another fire last night too, so, you know.
We had another fire?
Had another fire on Stewart Street last night. We had a fire on Reed Street the week before. This is about 7 fires since just.
The one on Church Street, what was that?
What?
Church Street?
Reed Street.
Oh, Reed Street,
Reed
okay.
Street was last week, and then.
But
we
you
had-
said last night, was it?
Last night, Stewart Street, yep, fire in the
Stewart.
attic between the Stewart.
Stewart.
ST, I'm sorry.
Right down the hill from you.
Stewart Street.
Right down the hill from you. You could have seen it if you leaned out the window.
Stewart Street.
Yep.
What burned?
Electrical in the attic, but between the floor and the ceiling of the second floor and the floor of the attic. But that was put out before anybody was able to see flames from the exterior.
People still in their home?
Electric is pulled to one of the units until the proper permits are pulled and the repairs are made.
Okay.
Half.
So, yeah, that's great.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
And we got about, why don't we stand for pledge allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Here.
Alderman Holliday. Alderwoman Collins.
Here.
Alderman Carpenter.
Here.
Alderman Marticello.
I'd like to make a motion adopting the agenda with 5 resolutions and 4 consents with 1 ordinance. Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello. Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Okay, we have no proclamations tonight, and we have no communications or presentations to hear, so we're at the public participation portion of our meeting. If anyone from the public would like to say something to the council, now's the time. Okay, thank you. The engineering report, of course, is not going to be tonight. My clerk is not here. Controllers report, Louise?
I don't have any report tonight.
Any questions for the controller? Okay. Old business, is this, we don't bring the old resolution because we are going to be voting on the news. So we're into the resolutions.
Resolution 2425-161, resolution adopting minutes from last common council meeting by Alderman Carpenter.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-162, resolution adopting minutes from special common council meeting by Alderman Carpenter. Resolve the minutes of the special common council meeting of February 27th, 2025.
So moved. Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-163, resolution to transfer funds for equipment at the WWTP by Alderman Carpenter.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-164, resolution budget transfer sanitation repairs by Alderman Marticello. Whereas,
So moved. I'm sorry, so moved.
Okay.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-165, resolution approving audit by Alderwoman Collins. Resolve the bills and documents.
We're getting a break tonight.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-166, consent. Resolution to amend the contract with Labella Associates, DPC, for the complete street plan for Main Street and Bridge Street to include the Schuyler Street reconstruction by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. Discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-167, consent. Resolution to authorize the advertisement for bids, Crescent Avenue Bridge, pin 2754.52 and 2755.12.321 by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. And just please read the last two whereas clauses.
Whereas the New York State Department of Transportation has authorized the city to advertise for bids, and whereas the project is scheduled for construction in 2025 for the purpose of enhancing the traffic flow in and out of Shuttleworth Park.
So moved.
And I just want to say
Go
that
ahead, Mayor.
this is a $2.4 million construction project. We have $2.9 million in available funding to get it done, but there will be an additional engineering inspection charge, probably about a couple $100,000, so we still should have more than enough money to complete this project, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Call the roll.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-168, consent. Resolution authorizing reimbursement to Casali Law Firm, PLLC, for Westlaw subscription by Alderwoman Quistamars.
Great, thanks. I'd like to make a motion to amend in the third whereas. We need to change the first rate to $300.02. The second rate to $316.02. And the third year rate can remain the same. And then in the last whereas, the $332 her month number needs to be changed to $300.02.
Everybody got that?
Mhm.
Okay, so as amended, could we vote on the amendment first? Thank you.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
All right.
And then for the,
Now,
re-
the amended resolution.
Resolution as
So
amended.
moved.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-169, consent. Resolution authorizing interfund loans for golf course pavilion by Alderwoman Collins. Whereas the city of Amsterdam is often required to temporarily cover the cost of project expenses that will subsequently be reimbursed by grant funds or bond anticipation notes.
Can you go down to now therefore?
Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved that the City of Amsterdam authorizes the following temporary interfund loan. The general fund is temporarily lending up to $300,000 to the capital fund for the golf course pavilion construction project.
That's
H.
okay.
I have a discussion.
You have a discussion, okay?
Go ahead.
My discussion is this, I just saw this. This is for golf course pavilion or is it for the clubhouse?
Oh, good question. Yep,
Clubhouse.
clubhouse.
Then we should amend this to read golf course clubhouse. So in the title, wherever you see pavilion, should amend to say clubhouse.
Good catch, Jimmy.
You need to amend that.
Okay,
Okay, so we're gonna,
motion to
Go
amend.
the amendment is to change wherever it says pavilion to clubhouse. I do believe there's one in the second whereas.
There's one in the third whereas.
I'm saying there's one, I'm sorry, that is the third whereas. Is there any in the second or the first?
No.
So it's,
I'm seeing it in three places.
where's the other one?
The head, well, the heading.
The heading, the third whereas, in the final,
Thank you.
sentence
Thank you.
before common council.
Oh, thank you, chief.
That's what I got. Those three.
Thank you. Let's start calling you Microsoft Word, search and find, search and replace. All right, so we have three changes there. You've got those, Stace?
I do.
Okay, so we're gonna vote on the amendment.
So for the amendment, Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Okay, and the resolution as amended.
Resolution as amended. Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Thank you, Alderman Marcelo, for catching that.
So we have the
We're gonna vote
ordinance.
on the
Now the ordinance, right?
Ordinance C of 2025 to be known as ordinance number 3 of 2025 if adopted, to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-17, Schedule 8, parking prohibited at all times by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. We have any discussion? Thank you, chief, for doing this work. Thank you. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
I do need I'm requesting a short executive session to discuss pending litigation under Public Officers Law, Section 105, Sub 1, Sub B. I do expect it to be a very short executive session, and no action will be taken following.
We'll also be having a Committee on Rules and Procedures meeting at the end of that we did not have 2 weeks ago.
So we need to make a motion to go into executive session.
This is a long time?
It should be no more than a minute.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to stay for my exciting committee meeting, we can.
Chris made a motion to go into executive session per Tony's reason.
Okay, Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars. Alderwoman Collins.
Okay, we're in another executive.
We're not-